Hi guys, and welcome to Road to a Billion in-game gold, episode 3. This episode is all about the auction house and how it is at the moment and problems I'm facing. In this episode I'm going to discuss how I've changed my Act 1 run and how huge supply and no demand is messing up my auction house selling at the moment, and how 1.04 patch and PvP in the future might improve things, because at the moment it's just awful. And then at the end of the video I'm going to do the item of the day and current time and, well, approximate time and my current total. But first of all, I want to thank you guys. I really wasn't expecting any sort of positive feedback from this series, and so far, although there have been some negative people, the series seems to have gone down quite well, and I just hope that I can help me and you guys make some money on Diablo and try and enjoy the game again. But thank you. I also want to apologise for a mistake I made in the previous episode in my explanation of Magic Find. It doesn't affect the eye level of an item, it only affects the rarity. That was my mistake. I'd seen some sources that had said that, and I should have done more research. Right, well, after some response from the previous episode, my Act 1 run has now changed, and I've now started off at Cathedral level 3, as recommended by someone in the previous video, and now I go through the Highland Passage, or whatever it's called, and I go into the cave there. I was going to use Northern Highlands, or Northern, whatever it's called, you know what I mean, the Northern place, but I tried it a couple of times and it seemed to just slow me down a bit. I mean, there is the chance of that area, is it the temple or something like that, spawning, but it wasn't spawning enough for me, and when I did get it to spawn, it wasn't having that many elites in. So yeah, my new run is going to be shown in this video, and any new areas I go in, you'll see below, well, in the video footage. By adding these new areas, I have increased the amount of magic items I'm getting, and rare items, but I've also noticed that it's taking a lot more time, like it's adding a good 20-30 minutes to each of my runs. So I need to calculate this when doing my timer at the end of the videos from now on. I'm going to average it out at about an hour and a half a run. That's a bit of an approximation, so if you think the numbers seem a bit off at the end of the video, that's why. I'm just approximating things. I can't give exact times because I don't have the energy. I can't be bothered to record every second I'm on the game. And the timers at the end of the video are only going to show my gameplay and not me sitting in the menus looking at the auction house. I mean, when I focus more on the auction house, when I earn a bit more money, I will be including that in the timers, but at the moment all it is me searching and listing, and it's taking a couple of minutes, so it's pointless adding it. Right, well, I've only been back on this game for a couple of months. No, a couple of months, I mean a couple of days. 3 or 4 days, and as I started, I've made these videos. And so far I've noticed that the auction house is basically dead. Like, stuff that would sell really quickly before is not selling at all. And although I'm finding good items, they're just not selling for any sort of reasonable price. I mean, I'm looking at items to compare them against, and I'm going lower than those prices, and still no one's bidding at all. So it's a bit of a worry when trying to make money, because at the moment I have about, I'd say, 20-30 mil in gear already from these runs. But I just can't sell them because there's no demand on the auction house right now. None whatsoever. And I've also noticed, I had a browse of the real money auction house, and prices have halved on most items. Like, I was looking at Natalia's set, which I sold my set for like £100 for the whole set. And now you can get the ring, which was the most expensive part. I saw one up there for £24. It's shocking how much the player base in this game has decreased, and the value of items has as well. Hopefully, the new patch and PvP will improve on this, and I'm going to break down that next. So yeah, in patch 1.04, which is going to be coming hopefully in a few weeks, maybe a month or so, they're changing a lot of skills for characters and how Magic Find works, so I'm hoping that items that are just not selling right now will have a demand again, especially items that improve a certain player's skill, or items that have Magic Find and another skill attached to it should improve in price. That's what I'm hoping. So I'd recommend, guys, if you do need to try and invest in something, or you feel like you should invest in something, I'd avoid legendary items right now. We just don't know how they're going to go yet. and I'd try and get some skill items on the cheap, or some magic and dexterity items on the cheap, as I mentioned in the last video about magic finds. Yeah, that's what I would suggest at the moment. If anyone else has some suggestions, please comment, because I don't know everything. I've been away from this game a while, so yeah, that would be great help. Another thing you need to take into consideration is PvP. I mean, it's a long way away yet, so I wouldn't even consider investing or anything like that. But I'm guessing it's going to make the highest end items stupid prices, because you're going to have people competing with each other just for the tiniest % of extra dex or whatever. So I'd keep an eye on that, especially if you get an insanely good item, say like a best on server or whatever item. It might be worth keeping hold of it, or putting it up on the forums, looking for offers but not ready to sell yet. Or obviously just sell it. Like, if you need the cash, obviously sell it. But if you've got the money spare and lying around, I'd keep it, because they're going to shoot up in price, these high value items, because there's nothing else worth buying. And a lot of people who have kept with the game are already at such an end game point, they need to spend tens of millions just to upgrade one stat. So yeah, it makes it hard when trying to sell mid-range stuff now, because there's either people at the beginning or in the middle, which is another thing I've noticed with the horrible supply and demand at the moment. But yeah, that's the main topics for this episode, really. If you have suggestions for what I should put in episode 4, please just comment. And if you have any suggestions or views whatsoever, I'd love to hear from you guys, so just comment again. If you like the video, like the video. If you don't, well, I guess you could dislike it, but it's a bit unfair. And subscribe if you want to see more. Right, and now we've reached my favourite part of the episode. It's the item of the day, or week, or couple of days, however long it is between these episodes. Right, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a bit cheeky this week, and, well, today. And we've just got a couple of items here. These 5 have all dropped for me in the last couple of runs. They're really nice sets of gloves and boots and some shoulders here. I can't really pick one out. I've chucked them all on the real money auction house, basically because my main auction house is full right now. I don't expect them to sell, but we'll see. There's a lot of nice extra gold, movement speed on the boots, 220 dex on the boots as well, which is nice. And yeah, just a nice mix of high resistol, bit of dex, bit of extra gold. That's all, really. Hope you enjoyed it. I haven't picked out a specific item today because I haven't had a standout item. Right, can we have a drum roll for the final part of the video? My current total is 4.2 million in approximately 10.5 hours, so it's not bad. Got a lot of money caught up in items right now, not just in my own gear, but in drops that just aren't selling. And yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. I'll see you in episode 4.